If you know me, you might be surprised to learn that I actually went for a swim in a lake in northern Ontario in the middle of the day. Stay tuned to find out why.
Driven by adventure, guided by intuition and a compass. Always explore what's around the next bend. I'm R.
And I'm T, and this is
The
the Family
Family
Toys. Day 3 of our trip to Thunder Bay was not the most exciting as far as activities, but it started out quite interesting. Rob, of course, got up early to make my coffee. And we noticed right away that there was an issue with mosquitoes. I tried covering up as best as I could, but it was terrible.
Yeah, worst mosquitoes ever. It was so bad. They're like, you couldn't even do anything. They're just everywhere. Everywhere. Trying to make coffee outside, it was like, we made the coffee.
It's just a constant buzz
and just crazy,
in your
crazy
head.
mosquitoes.
It reminded me of when I was in university and I was in choir and we sang a song, and the whole song was just various ways of singing buzz to make it sound like mosquitoes, and this was exactly it. I tried to get some video of the mosquitoes flying around, but it was a little bit hard. Finally, there was just so many mosquitoes, like I had to cover up your coffee cup. And then we gave up and we took our coffee and had it in the truck. And we
Closing
thought
everything up and we were good to go.
we thought we'd seen like the really nice shower the night before, and we were looking forward to having a shower in the morning. We opened up the first shower stall, and it was covered. The walls were covered with mosquitoes and little tiny white moths. Apparently, this area of northern Ontario gets a white moth infestation every summer, and it looked awful. So we opened up the second one, and it was pretty much just as bad.
Yeah, I mean the showers are really nice at that
Yeah.
campground, but there was just so many bugs. Like,
I was just like, I'm not having a shower here.
so,
Just absolutely no way.
So we decided that okay, forget it.
So we hit the road by 8:30, which is pretty early for us when we're on a trip. And at some point in the morning, I don't remember exactly where, we saw another
big bear, a big black bear.
Yeah, he ran across the road in front of us. That was cool. And this time I did have my camera ready, but I mean, yeah, not the greatest picture. And at some point after this was probably the most eventful event of the day. We needed to stop at a rest stop, and we knew that there was one coming up on the left-hand side. We'd start slowing down as well because I could see emergency flashing lights ahead, and we didn't know exactly where that was relation to where we needed to turn. We had started slowing down. Turn signal was on.
Yeah.
There were construction workers on our right, and their vehicle was at the entrance to the rest stop, but they didn't have any signage.
Further up from where we wanted to turn, there was on the right hand side 3 construction workers. They were fixing all the guardrails, right? Guys, right at the entrance. There's a couple trucks actually right at the entrance, and they were working again. They were working right on the shoulder. And of course, so we were slowing down for the guys' construction, and B, we had put our turn signal on to turn into that rest stop. Basically, it was a rest stop with portable washrooms and stuff like that. So I'm just about ready to turn, do my shoulder check, blind spot mirror check, and the transport truck that was behind us, he decided to pass us, like right when I'm like trying to turn into this thing, right in the middle, like with all these construction workers on the side of the highway, and I'm like, this is crazy because coming, passing
90
people.
kilometers an hour.
So,
and he had been behind us for a while, so it wasn't like we were a surprise to him. He knew we were ahead of him, and he had been keeping a good distance most of the time.
yeah. So
But for some reason, this time, everyone had warned us that that road was really bad for truck traffic and drivers and stuff, and that was the only incident really that we had
yeah.
on that highway.
So
I think we had more on the other highway.
So of course he flew by, and then we turned in, and
Yeah.
I think the construction guys were just shaking their head, right? So
Yeah. Because when you hear about accidents happening, it's like it's a clear day, it's not snowy, it's not rainy.
yeah,
How does something happen like that? And exactly that. How did he not see?
yeah. Just lucky I checked my blind
Yeah.
spot and mirrors and stuff before.
And we check the lights every day, so we know like the brake lights work, the turn signals work.
Yeah.
So We just went into the rest stop and had a good little rest after that.
But
so we continued.
Life goes on.
Yeah, we continued down the road and we wanted to stop for lunch, and there was another rest stop, thankfully on the right-hand side this time. And we pulled in, and this has got to be one of the best rest stops we have ever stopped in Ontario.
This one.
They have the charging stations, huge parking area, transport trucks, lots of room, picnic tables all around. You could go on the shaded side or the sunny side. Beautiful lake there as well. So we pulled up on the sunnier side. This was one of the rigs that was in the parking area as we came in. We see quite a few of these guys.
Yeah,
they bring them over from Europe. They have their own version of overlanding.
Yeah, they're like 4-wheel drive trucks with completely set up, and you know, these guys come and they do like a North American tour in them and stuff. But yeah, we saw quite a few on this trip, and that was one of them we saw. It was kind of cool.
I had hoped that the Blissmobile is what it's called. I had hoped it was like their YouTube channel or website or something, but it's just the name of the truck rental company. So I don't know if these guys have a YouTube. If anyone does, let us know. Flower picture while Rob was setting up the lunch barbecue. I'm gonna wash all this bug blood off as soon as we eat. We had some nice burgers.
And then going back to what we were saying this morning, we didn't have showers in the morning, so we were looking at the lake going, oh my god, it's so hot out, let's go swimming. So
yep,
we went swimming, and it was so nice. It's a little cold getting in, but it was so nice.
Yeah,
so, pretty refreshing.
There. And it was actually set up so that you could use the lake. The first step is always the hardest. Oh. Old people grunts. They expect people to be using that lake, so that was really nice, because a lot of rest stops, people go in the water if it's there, but it's not really set up for safe usage. So that's just me after getting all cleaned up. And yes, I went swimming. You know, it's a rough day when even I go swimming. This is the farthest north in Ontario I've ever swam. Yeah. I'm a bit of a wuss.
It was a really nice lake. So.
It was really nice. We washed our hair.
Yeah. And of course we were using shampoo that was okay for the lake, right? So.
Yeah. This is where it is on the map in case you're ever up in that area and want to go. One of the fun things we did, don't judge, is in all these small towns we stopped in the LCBO to pick up a drink or two. And I have to say, it was kind of cool. They're all the old style LCBOs, which are the liquor stores in Ontario. And so none of them have been renovated to the modern style. There's no wine section, no walk-in coolers. It's just a few shelves. And that very distinctive smell when you walk in. Cardboard boxes, I think, is what you smell. And the staff were wonderful in all of these stores.
Yeah, they're all small little stores. So
yeah, like this was one in Geraldton, and that was like the store. It was like 3 aisles.
Yeah. And
2 staff members. Great service. And then we had to stop in to a grocery store. Rob wanted this big pepperoni, but I said no. We're kind of limited on space. We were up in Geraldton, which is quite the interesting little town, and there's a provincial park there called MacLeod Provincial Park. So we stopped in at the gate to see if they had spots, and the girl working the desks seemed a little hesitant, like maybe this wasn't her real job. She was quite young. She said that the internet was down and she couldn't look up anything or make a reservation on the computer, so we should just go drive in and find a spot and make a reservation ourselves on the mobile app. And she'd mentioned that there were bears that were seen around the campground and to be careful, and we're like, okay, you know, we haven't had any issues so far. But so we were able to get a spot right on the water, which we had hoped would be good for fewer bugs. It seemed to be.
Yeah, it seemed good. So it's pretty nice. Like, it was really nice. Kind of had basically a beach right in front of the trailer and stuff, so it was kind of nice.
And there's a view of the lake. Site number 80. MacLeod Provincial Park near Geraldton. And then we have a view of either side. There was no privacy at this one site, but nobody else was there. Like all the seasonal sites were pretty much, nobody was there. There weren't very many people in the daily sites.
Yeah, we were pretty much the only one there in that section.
Yeah. Water looks nice. No privacy. And then we had a little visitor soon after we got there. Nope, she dropped it. Nope, she picked it up, she dropped it. She picked it up, she dropped it. She's trying it again. Oh, she dropped it. And we decided, I'm not sure who, to give her a ringalo, a hoops.
A barbecue ringalo.
Yeah, barbecue flavor. She wasn't, well, I thought it was made of corn, so it would be all right. You know. But she wasn't too keen on the barbecue flavor. And she would pick it up and then put it down, pick it up, put it down.
She in now?
No. She's taking it to the water. She's going to rinse off the spice. She eventually just dropped it in the lake. I think she dropped it in the water. How many did you throw out there? Oh, then no, she didn't take it to the water. But then, like several hours later, she came back and she ate it.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of funny, right? But she eating it now?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
I think she's washed it off.
Now she's eating it?
She's pecking at it. Nope, now she left it. Bye-bye. This was our redneck drink cooler. We had a bag that we threw out in the lake, hoping that it would cool it down because our fridge was full. Didn't cool it that much, but
yeah, that seemed to work a bit.
A little bit, yeah. And we just stuck our feet in the water. And I always laugh. Growing up, my mom would always do this when we were camping too. She would just like stick her feet in the cold water. And I was like, just go swimming.
Sat there and had a couple drinks and just chilled, and it was so nice.
And then Mama Duck brought along her partner, and later we saw them with all the little baby ducklings as well. Was it pretty shallow?
Yeah, it's shallow for far out, and it was all sandy all the way out. So
yeah.
It was pretty fun. Yeah, Ashley even got the snorkel and mask out. Went for a snorkel. So.
Did you see anything?
Not much.
Yeah, when it's all sandy.
It's pretty all sandy and
yeah.
like.
How is it now?
What?
How is it now?
It's completely sandy. It's really good.
I went for a walk around the campground, and I have to say, like, this one seemed a little bit run down. Not all the sites had picnic tables. Some were in really bad shape. Some sites didn't have fire rings. Some sites were really open. Some were really shaded and kind of overgrown. Different from what we'd seen at the other site.
It's interesting because we've been staying mostly at provincial parks, and it's amazing the differences between from park to park, and it's really noticeable. Some of them are really nice, some of them are kind of not nice, and it's funny because I used to camp with a long time ago, and they always used to be pretty consistent, and now they seem to be not as consistent as they used to be. So
yeah,
kind of interesting.
So on my walk, it's a loop, and on one side there is the men's outhouse, and a lot of places they put the men's and the ladies together, or they don't even gender them anymore. But on this one, the men's was on one side of the loop, and I was like, well, where's the women's? And so I walked around the loop, and I found the sign for the women's outhouse, and I looked up there, and I couldn't even see where it was. I think I'm gonna skip this outhouse. I was not really too keen on going into the woods knowing that there is a bear. There's as I was coming back and approaching our campsite. Then after dinner we went for a walk around And we found their fish cleaning hut. Not as nice as
Actually,
the
yeah,
other
like
one.
it.
It's
Oh,
more
that's okay.
basic than the one that actually had the knives and the sink. I saw this duck out there swimming around. It's a dinosaur. And then we saw 2 loons swimming around. One of them was doing this really weird thing. I think I got it in the video. He would bring his foot up and like flap his foot above the water. I don't know why. So we walked around, saw the loons.
Yeah, gotta love the loons. Like hungry there. Jeez, we scared away that thing.
There he is.
What? It's right there.
This campground has waterfront sites that are on the lake, and then they also have sites that are on called the lagoon, which is an area between the campground and the highway. You could actually hear the highway pretty well here. We didn't want a lagoon site because we thought the bugs might be worse.
That site we have was really good.
Yeah.
That lake's really nice lake. And yeah, it's good.
I would go back there, particularly if you could get a beachfront site again, because that was definitely the nicer site of them all. Oh, I remember the other thing. We were sitting there after we got back from our walk, and I think we were getting the fire going, and all of a sudden this jet ski comes shooting down the lake from the one end, and the music's blaring, and then he came like towards shore and pulled up on shore down where that trailer was.
Yeah,
the
the next 2 trailers down there was like a permanent, like a seasonal site.
So he was doing some stuff there, and then he came over towards us and asked us like where we're from or something, or where we're going. And then he started talking, and it's like, just so you know, there's some bears in the area.
Yeah, he was telling us a couple of weeks ago there was a couple that were camping just down the same loop we were in, and he said they went to the washroom and then kind of left their trailer open, and when they came back he said there was a bear inside the trailer. So he says just kind of be
yeah,
a little cautious. So
it was a little hard to get to sleep that night.
But we didn't see anything. And
no,
well, and that and the girl at the gate had said that they had just seen a bear in and around the gate, like kind of coming out of the forest and kind of rolling around there. But
so we made sure to lock everything up tight. We have a bright light that we can turn on from inside the tent. So if we hear anything, we turn on the light. I have a whistle beside me in the tent. We don't have bear spray, but like I said, we haven't been close enough to a bear to even consider that need. Bears are usually pretty scared of humans, thankfully.
Hopefully.
Usually. So that was a pretty simple day on the road, day 3.
Yeah.
The next day we were planning to pull into Thunder Bay. By 6 o'clock we were told we had to be there. So stay tuned, come back next week and see what we did as we got into that last stretch leading up to Thunder Bay.
Yep.
That's it for today. Short and sweet. Bye.
See ya.